My name is Tylluan. I'm a solitary pagan witch. I'm an author and the founder of the Wolf and Howl Press. Today's little chat is in response to a couple of queries I've received. Can you be a witch and not a vegan? Do you have to be vegan in order to be a witch? I don't know where this has come from, and I find it a little bit disturbing, to be honest. And I'd like to explain why I find it a little bit disturbing. Firstly, I do not like, and I have never liked, people telling me what to do. If I want to eat radishes or baked beans or bacon, and if I can afford it, fine, that's okay. I do not like people saying, you mustn't eat this. I mean, let's face it, the early church did enough of this. You can only eat fish on a Friday. And for years and years when I was a girl in school, and I didn't go to a church school, every Friday we were served up the most revolting, and I mean revolting, lump of blubber that passed as fish. It was awful. I do not like people trying to tell me what to do. If there's a good reason for it, fair enough. I mean, another thing, when I was a girl, you didn't eat pork when there wasn't an R in the month. So all the summer months, nobody ate pork, which was why years ago, and sometimes even now, you see very good offers on pork. People still have this idea, shouldn't eat it in the summer. Why? Well, because when I was a girl, people in the UK very rarely had fridges. They certainly didn't have freezers. They had a meat safe. Now, a meat safe is not going to keep meat very fresh for very long, and pork does turn quickly. So that was where the idea came from. It was not really very safe to eat. It couldn't be kept fresh enough. So, going back to this question, do we need to be a vegan, or a vegetarian for that matter, in order to be a witch? No, you don't. So that's the first part of the answer. The second part is, please do not allow people to start making you worry about what you can or cannot do. 80% of all those who describe themselves as witches in the UK are actually practicing as solitaries. In other words, 80% of all people who describe themselves as witches have nobody to talk to. Far less do they have anybody telling them what to do. So again, please don't. I mean, unless you're going out and killing next door's cat and eating it. Well, no. I mean, that's a different thing. That's not about what you eat. That's about what you do, which is totally wrong. So that's the second part. The third part is, where does this idea come from? Now, this is a little bit more complex, because I can actually understand where it comes from. I mean, off and on through my life, I have been vegetarian. Off and on through my life, I have eaten meat. I think what happens is that as you follow a path which is so bound up with nature, which tries to empathise with the earth, which recognises that other living beings are sentient, they have feelings, they will cry when they go to the slaughter. It does make you should make you a little more respectful of what you eat. And what you often find happens is that people start to reduce the amount of meat they put in their diet, because they recognise that in order to eat it, they are killing another creature, a creature that usually has feelings, a nervous system that is capable of learning, that communicates with others, that loves its young. You know, there are a whole host of things we have to think about. So, all I can say is this. I think as we progress along our path, we do become more sympathetic to our diet. We do start to realise that eating food is not about stuffing our faces with burgers and hot dogs. It's not about eating nothing but meat. There are other things we can eat, lots of other things. And I think that naturally, slowly, carefully, thoughtfully, and with many relapses in between, we do begin to reduce the amount of meat that we eat. Some of us do. But again, going back to the original question, please, please do not allow other people to make you feel you can't become a witch. First, you've got to change your diet completely. No. Please, tell them to bugger off. I've got better things to do than to listen to this kind of nonsense. And I'm sure you have too. You want to get on with your spiritual path. Well, get on with it and learn from it. And do not allow other people to go sitting on the sidelines pretending to a power they do not possess. And I really hope this helps. If you were worrying about it, please don't worry. Your diet is your business. What you eat is your business. As you progress along your path, take it from me, you do start to feel a little bit, I don't think I need meat quite so often. But that's up to you. If you don't feel it, it doesn't matter. Honestly. Go your own way. Do your best. That's all anybody can ask of us. Anyway, thank you very much for listening. Goodbye.